The hive we chose is a Hoover Hive. We're not a sponsor for Hoover Hive and don't get any compensation for them, but it was just a really nice hive. So let's build it. This is what's known as the bottom board, and it goes underneath the hive. And in the case of the Hoover Hive, this is also dipped in wax, which is very nice because I don't like paint and bees. I'd rather have bees on beeswax, but the wood has to be preserved. What a great way to do it, dip the wood in beeswax. The actual hive pieces, what's most impressive about them is the corners. I don't know whether you can make this out, but it's not just a straight joint. These are actually tapered into each other, and the fit is very tight. It's nice to have a little, wood-burned logo on the front, which is cute. Again, inside and out, coated with beeswax. So what you want to put these things together with is either a rubber mallet, and if you don't have a rubber mallet, you get a board, coat it with carpet, which is what I did. I kind of like this a little bit better because you can do it across the entire surface as compared to with a rubber mallet. You're just hitting points and you could crack something. Although I really don't expect that's going to be a big issue with these. Obviously you wouldn't be able to put them in this way, so you have to put them in this way. And the first thing to do is just to kind of basically get them lined up. And once they're started, you can start banging them in there. The wax buildup around here obviously will chip away as you hammer it in. Once again, it's nice to have a very, very, almost airtight seal there. It's amazing to see something so structurally rigid before the first nail goes in it. That is how one goes together. The hives come kitted with 2 of these, which are known as deep supers or brood chambers. When we start our nuke out, we're going to be starting it out in 1 brood chamber, and as it takes, in a week or so, we're going to add a 2nd brood chamber and let them build that out. The supers that go on top are smaller in height. These are what are known as medium supers. There's actually a smaller size, and it's called a shallow super. And these are used for honey extraction and honey storage. The bees will store the honey above the brood, and you have to leave a lot of honey on there for the winter for them to make it through, but if it's a good season, you'll get surplus and be able to pull off 1 or 2 of these upper chambers and extract the honey. So that is a bee smoker, and I want you to tell me how it works and what it does.
Well, it sort of looks like a syrup pourer at a bad diner, but it isn't. So what this is, look, this is a bellows thingy that you push together and it makes air. But more importantly, you stick stuff in here that you can put on fire, preferably not your hair. And you set it on fire and you get smoke. And you put smoke in the hive. And there are worker bees at the entrance of the hive that smell that smoke and fill their abdomens and their buttocks full of honey. And they can't sting when they're full of honey. So that's easier to work with the bees. You don't get stung, they get their butt full of honey. Winning combination.
So this is what the hive looks like assembled, although it's not really assembled. Literally the individual side pieces are just stuck together. Nothing has been nailed yet. But I wanted to bring it in the house and warm it up a little bit prior to putting nails in, because when you put nails in wood and it's cold enough, the wood will have a tendency to split. But the build quality on this really does amaze me. It comes with the top cover pre-assembled and comes with an inner cover. Both of these have the beeswax dipping. But the fit is just amazing. On older hives, I would not have been able to do this. They would simply fall apart. But the fit is amazing. The joints are very, very tight. The hive also comes with a two-piece or two-way entrance reducer. These are good in the springtime and in times where field mice would want to enter the hives or if the colony itself is weak. In the one direction, you have a fairly large opening, and in the other direction, you have a much smaller opening. On the next episode, we're going to finish up by nailing the hives together and getting the bee herself involved in a little bit of the construction work.